over on my conference line, getting everybody set up and ready for the 10-minute tune-up over on Facebook and on YouTube. I hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was, oh my God. My weekend was power packed. Had a lot going on this weekend. Got a great day in store today because I know that I'm gonna have a productive day. I got a lot to do, a lot to accomplish. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. We're gonna get into the 10-minute tune-up just a minute. I am realizing that this year is waiting on no one. I've heard somebody in the past say something to the effect that time waits for no one. Well, this year is not waiting for anybody, man. This year is just rolling along, right? It's just rolling along, man. We are in the 17th day of November. Half of November is gone. We are moving swiftly to the end of the year. So I hope, man, I hope you got everything in store for your holidays, like your mindset. I hope you have motivation and all that kind of stuff. I hope you're ready for the holidays. Y'all know this is my time of year. I'm going into this season kind of reluctantly this year, but I'm going into it. I'm gonna make the best of it because the holiday season, especially Christmas, is my time of the year. What's up, everybody? What's up, Sister Mia? How you doing this morning? What's up, Sister Nadia? Or what's going on, Brother Hall? How you doing over on Facebook? Elder Dexter, good morning to you. Hey, Sister T, how you doing? What's up, Sister Judy? Over on my conference line, I got 5825, 5606. Sister DeQuana is on the conference line this morning. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to share your post today. I think we're going to be talking about a subject that I believe is going to be, it's going to be very sequential to the rest of your year and closing out this year. I always try to close out the year strong, right? I try to get as much accomplished as I possibly can. When I start out the year, I have some things that I'm looking to accomplish, some things that I want to do when I start the year out. And sometimes it takes 12 months to get it all done, y'all. Sometimes it takes 12 months. And so I kind of try to assess where I am on those things and see if I can get them all done or most of them done by the end of the year. I don't think any of us, when we start our years out, I don't think we ever finish all of the stuff that we really want to accomplish. But that's okay. That's okay. Don't get disturbed because you don't finish everything or you don't accomplish everything. That means that lines your agenda up for the next year. That's all, for the following year. You got some stuff you got to do next year, man. So always remember what Solomon said. He says, "For the living there's hope." As long as I'm alive, I got hope to finish and conclude out the things that I'm believing God for. I'm not going to belabor your time. I want to get right in to the 10-minute tune-up for the day because I believe it's a good one. And for all my good note takers, I want y'all to help me out over on on the post. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about, kind of in light of what I was saying a little bit earlier, we're going to be talking about seasons. Seasons are critical. Solomon said, listen, you're going to live this life, and in this life, you're going to have to deal with seasons. You're going to have to deal with seasons. Some seasons are better than others, if you will. Some seasons are expected seasons. Some seasons are not as expected as others. Some seasons you got to go through and you gotta endure them because life is filled with seasons. And what I say about seasons, it's all about the way we handle them. It's all about the way we handle them. because the seasons are inevitable. You're gonna face seasons. You know, I April is my birthday month, and there's a saying about April. It's April showers, right? April brings showers, and sometimes April is a very rainy month, and sometimes it's not. But that's just the season that my birthday is in. Some of y'all birthdays is in the cold season. Some of them are in the summer season. Some of them are in the fall, nice weather, right? In the springtime. What I'm saying all that because you've learned how to navigate the season that your birthday is in. Well, there's other seasons you're gonna have to learn how to navigate, and all of those seasons are important. So in First Samuel, the 30th chapter, David found himself in a very precarious position. He was out at war, like kings go at war. He comes home and didn't find his camp the way he left it. When he came back, the enemy had came in, burned all his stuff, took his wives, took his children, took his stuff from him. And so now David finds himself in this season of life, right? You're a man of war, and retaliation is a part of war. If you go out fighting somebody, they're going to want to fight you back. That's just the way it is. And so he finds himself in this particular season. And before David abruptly retaliated for what he had experienced, he had to do something in that season that he was in. He didn't just arbitrarily just haul off and go to war. The Bible says he went to God because he had to do number one, he had to ascertain what season he was in. Solomon said there's a time for war and a time for peace. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. So what David had to do was he had to make certain the season that he was in. Is it time for me to go to war, God? I gotta go. I gotta go and find out what season I'm in, man. I gotta ascertain what season I'm in. The reason why I'm using that as an analogy or an example is because you got to do the same thing. You got to ascertain what season am I in. I got to be certain. Is this a season for planting? Is this a season for harvesting? Because some seasons are going to look similar, but they're not going to be the same. And you've got to take the time to ascertain exactly what season you're in. Is it the season for me to be really aggressive? Or is this the season for me to hold back and just, take my time, just, is this my season to just chill, right? Is this the season for me to just chill? And so because that ascertaining your season is important, it actually spawns something that will aid you, which is your approach to the season. How am I going to approach this season? That's what David did. He said, okay, I got to figure out how I'm going to approach this, right? Because if God says that, okay, this is a season of war for you, you got to go to war, David. You're going to have to go to war. If he tells me that, then I need to have an approach. I need to have a plan. I need to be able to effectively address the season that I'm in. And so many times we're in seasons and we don't know how to handle them. We don't have the right approaches because we didn't ascertain what season that we're in. We just think that, life is just going to vicariously move on. That's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. And so when you ascertain your season, you determine the approach that you have. It's going to help your attitude. Some of us are we're incapable of having the right attitude, and it's not because you're in it's not because you can't. It's because you have not ascertained what season you're in. And when you know some things up front, when you realize some things up front, your mind can be right about it, right? If I know that if I got a hard, difficult task to do, then my mindset is going to be different. Okay, I got to go at it, right? I got to go at it. If I know that I have to come up with some funds for a particular thing, then my attitude is going to be different towards that particular thing. And that's important because your attitude, like the saying says, your attitude affects your altitude. How high can I go as it relates to the season that I'm in? How effective can I be in this season? Because it's all about achieving. I need to achieve the goal that I need to achieve in the season that I'm in, because I don't want to miss the moment. I don't want to miss the opportunity to be successful in the season that I'm in. Listen, you can be successful in every single season that you're in. Man, my godchild showed me, man. She showed me that in the season of her grief, because the Bible says there's going to be a time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to weep and a time to mourn. There's going to be a time that you're going to have to deal with. And the question is, can you achieve in that moment? Can you overcome in that moment? Can you accomplish in that moment? How will you handle the moment? Because at the end of the day, no, we don't, some seasons we don't like, but we want to go through them and be as successful in the season as we possibly can, because sometimes seasons you can't be changed. Some stuff you can't do about the season that you're in. You just got to go through it, right? I don't like summer, y'all. I really don't like summer. I don't like the heat, man. You can look at the melanin in my skin and think that I like to be out in that heat. I really don't like the summer. I'm serious. But I know I got to endure it. I know I got to go through that season. And because I got to go through it, I got to figure out how to handle it, right? I got to figure out the best way to approach it. I got to have the right attitude. So I don't wake up every day in the summer saying, bemoaning the heat, because I know at some point it's going to change. Oh, yes, Lord, it's going to change. Wintertime is coming, right? Wintertime is coming. And that's my season. I like the winter. I like the cold. I don't have a problem with the cold. So because of that, my attitude is different, right? In the summer, okay, I just got to get through it. And you achieve through those moments and those seasons that you're in when you take the right approach. But you only take the right approach when you ascertain the season that you're in. Some of you are in seasons right now you really should be rejoicing. You should be celebrating. But you're not. You're complaining. You're complaining. You don't even realize that the season you're in, you should be celebrating, but you're not celebrating because you're complaining. You have not ascertained the season that you're actually in, right? And because you have not properly ascertained the season that you're in, now you don't have a good approach towards the season. And the only way you're going to figure out what season you in and the right season and the right approach to the season is you got to go to God, man. You're going to have to go to God. You have to go to God. And what that means is, and what that means is that, hey, man, I got to talk to God about the approach that I need to take to the season. But before I ask him about the approach, I got to ask him really what season am I in. I don't want to mislabel a season. I don't want to think that this is a season of building when it should be a season of tearing down. I'm supposed to be tearing down some stuff, and here I am trying to build in the season that I'm supposed to be tearing down. Oh man, I want to know what season I'm in, because it's going to affect my approach. It's going to affect the way I approach it, right? Because I might be wasting some money trying to build some stuff that ain't going to last. No, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Okay? So ascertain your season. We're at the close of the year. We're in the midpoint of November 2025. We still got maybe a month and a half to go. And we can still succeed in the rest of this month. We still can succeed, but it's going to be relying upon you. It's going to be relying upon me. We got to put the work in. Ascertaining means finding out with certainty. You got to be certain about where you are. All right? All right, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all being on with me this morning. Spread the word about the 10-minute tune-up. And I believe that somebody else needs to hear needs to hear how to approach life. And they can do it. They can do it with a 10-minute faith boost. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Thank y'all for over in the comment section for helping me out today, but putting all my points in there. And I'm looking forward to being with y'all again. I love y'all so much. Have a great rest of your Monday and have an amazing week. Let's stack up some wins, y'all.